I'm Joanna DeChellis, editor of Club and Resort Chef. I'm here today with Shawn, executive chef of Kenwood Country Club, and with Luke Anzano, the executive sous chef of Kenwood. Thank you for joining us today,
Thanks
chefs.
for having us.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Delaware, so not a lot of people from there. So
It's your claim to fame.
We started off working as a dishwasher like a lot of people in bars, but worked a lot of other, outlets. I worked at stadiums, hotels, but clubs. I always kept coming back to clubs.
Yeah.
And then I had just the luck to go work with Joachim down at Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of people in the industry at that place.
Yeah.
And we've all kind of grown. So I've kind of almost been chasing that, that feeling we had there. But it led me to other places like Broadmoor where I met my wife. And then where I met some other people and how I kind of met him later on down the road,
Yeah.
And, I moved back east to from Colorado to work with Roger again, and that kind of led us into a really cool place. And then I called my wife back out, like, hey, I need a strong cook. I need somebody to work. Who knows what's going on? And I've always kind of sourced it. It's not like, I say most of the people that I hire are through friends or through people like I meet here or, these weird kind of, or neat interactions.
Right.
So it's just she became my wife later.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah, it worked great. But how we got to Kenwood was we were actually in Charlotte for a long time, and she was a chef de cuisine at Charlotte Country Club.
Okay.
I worked at a couple places around here, River Hills Country Club, Valentine, and we were having our second child, and her family, she's from Cincinnati.
Okay.
So we're like, I want to. Maybe it would be nice to get closer to family because it's about 7 hours.
Yeah.
And so it just happened that Kenwood was looking for a chef. It's a premier club in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's a big club.
It is.
Yeah. How many members do you guys have?
But the membership is not huge. It's 925.
Yeah.
Compared to like Carmel and
right.
some of the others around here. But it's a 36-hole golf course.
Yeah.
And it was built in the 1929, I think.
Yeah.
31 maybe incorporated.
Yeah.
But it's one of the longer standing 36-hole courses that's been around.
Yeah.
And it has a really neat generational membership.
You do a ton in F&B.
Yes. So we're doing about 5 million, a little over 5 million.
Yeah.
And for what it is, with that kind of membership and the facilities, we still are staffing in season just over 40 employees. So, it still has a cool dynamic. But I needed someone strong.
Yeah. So, Luke, tell us about you.
So Kenwood is my first country club. I came from like hotels and resorts, Marriott, Ritz-Carlton, the Hilton, with Todd. But I'm from Cincinnati, grew up in Oxford. It's like an hour north of Cincinnati. I started out as a dishwasher too, like Shawn did, and just worked my way up. And
So what brought you into Kenwood?
So I was just looking for the next step, the new challenge, and Kenwood was the premier club in Cincinnati. So I saw it as an opportunity to learn and grow, and really piqued my interest, and that's why I went.
Now there's a greater story here. So what was the matchmaking? How did you find him?
Yes, well, so like you're saying, he worked with Todd down at Hilton Netherlands. That's what's called.
Yeah,
Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands. And so there was a restaurant in Cincinnati called the Masonette. It's a long-standing 5-star, 5-diamond restaurant. They closed down, and they moved. The chef was looking for another job, so he went to work at the Broadmoor. So, which was wild because they brought all that Cincinnati culture kind of there. That's my wife knew him. It was fun. So we always, like we do with everybody, I think that you stay in touch because you've been through this battle or whatever.
You've built your network. You're your people now.
Exactly. And so we were moving back. I knew that I was going to need a banquet chef. I knew that I was going to need an exec sous. So I reached out to a guy we worked with who was living back in Cincinnati. He said, Todd's leaving Cincinnati. I know some guys that possibly might be needing some work. So he just said, hey, can I give your number to them? I said, yeah, please. We didn't post the job or anything.
Yeah.
And actually there's a guy, Justin Frazier, who actually worked with Todd as well, and then Luke. Yeah. So Justin became the banquet chef and Luke was exec sous. And it was wild because I was looking for somebody who kind of understood my background and where to come from. And I feel like clubs, you do everything, you know, from like hot dog to wine dinner to concession stands to dine-arounds to everything. And you need someone who has that background, but then that background at a high level, you know, who knows what it takes, you know, how to deal with staffing, how to do it appropriately, you know. And so knowing when his resume came in, it's like, oh, Ritz Carlton, Cayman's, you know, Todd. Yeah, I already knew how he kind of worked. Yeah. So I mean, it was like, hey, how you doing? And I pretty much
it was funny though. I got your number from Justin, and I was like, I'm gonna call him and see. And I was like, he's probably not gonna answer. He doesn't know my number, but you answered it, and it was just
the rest is history.
Yeah, no, it was like I've known him forever.
Yeah. Like, there was no job posting or anything. I was like, hey, let's.
Yeah. What was hire me?
Yeah. And it was funny because we sat there, and I remember the AGM at the time, she did the interview, and she had like all these questions, and I was just kind of like, I kind of already know. Like,
it was magic.
Yeah. Right? But I think that's kind of how it is. I mean, I see you more than I see my wife.
Yeah.
I need somebody who can kind of deal with your quirks, or, you know, or just everything, and kind of understand your. I need someone I can just say, not even a game plan, just you know what to do. Yeah. I have some other things to do.
That's an amazing dynamic that you've established. What was your first impression of him?
Super knowledgeable, like you open book, like you can ask anything and he knows the answer, and it's like stuff that I don't know I can ask, and he's like, oh, it's this and that. Yeah. It's like very, very knowledgeable, and it's great to work with that. Yeah. Yeah.
What was your first impression of him?
So the best is like, so when I first got there, I worked every station with other people, and I told Luke, I said, hey, just this first week, just kind of work every station, not like set it up, but just kind of get to know the people. Yeah. And so instead of, you know, I was thinking like every day, so one day of a week you would work the station, but he did, you know, the first day grill and veg. Then he, you know, so he was doing like 2 stations every day, and I'm like, yeah. Why did I even? You know, like, he knew what he was doing. Yeah. He knew how to appropriate his time, and he got along with the staff. So it was like, all right, home run. You know, like honestly, it was all right. Now where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do from here? And that's the exciting part, is that we have like he fills in the gaps where I'm at. You know, like it's good that we're not the same age. It's good that we do have some different backgrounds, because the stuff that I might not see as trendy, or don't even know about, he'll know about, or he knows where to source that information, or if it's something that's older, or I say older, but you know, tried and true, or something that I might know, and then we have a great collaboration in that way. Yeah. I mean, hell, we'll cook and we'll put plates up, and just the plate, like, oh, what do you think? I don't like it. Okay. You know, like, and there's no like,
but you knew that answer before because you're wired together.
But there's no egos either. I mean, it's we do it for the situation, and I mean, it takes trust. I mean, it's not because you're vulnerable. You have other people looking at you who expect you to know everything and do everything well. Yeah. And for us, I think it's nice. I think some of the staff is starting to see that we put it all out there. Yeah. I think it's a better learning experience. And
absolutely.
Yeah. He's like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know the flavor. He's like, well, we're just gonna go with it. I'm like, hey, you think so? He's like, they're gonna love it. And then we sell like 1,000 of them. Yeah. Told you.
Right, exactly.
It's fun. It's and the membership, because I don't try to hide anybody. You know, we try to have everyone have a personality and a stake and holding in what we do, and they know Luke as much as they know me.
That's great.
And it makes all the world when we're there.
Yeah. So how do you help him take it to the next step? Because in theory, your position is where he's trying to get to. So how do you teach him, mold him, and then help him move on?
So I think the biggest thing is just 100% empowerment, and then not necessarily mold, but to introduce them to other people. You know, bring them to things like this, Chef to Chef, and hear the other stories of what other people are doing. Giving him the opportunities to get more education, we're going through budgets right now. We're going to be doing a lot of financials, things that he would need. They're just different than what he's doing now. So take it to the next step. And then hopefully we're taking the CEC. So I'm a CEC.
Yeah.
He's going to take a CEC.
Great.
So getting it marketable for the next step, and then at the same time, just letting him have that freedom to start exploring and networking, and and hopefully being that person like leading by example in a sense. Like this is kind of what I do, and we talk through so much. I mean, if it's about an employer, just a setup, we talk about it from start to finish, and then we step back, and then it's, okay, well, what do you think? Would you do something different? I don't like this. In this situation, maybe we should pull some more people in there.
Yeah.
Would you think about maybe, designing this way? And like, no, I didn't. It's,
Right.
So I don't know. I just hopefully then when he goes on, he can be in that open kind of forum with his kitchen.
Yeah.
And I just. I think he's already there, and that's what I was always taught was you're never not one day someone's gonna be like, oh, you're an exec chef.
You finally made it.
You already are that person before you get a job.
Yeah.
So
I think it's like it's not the cooking aspect of it. It's more of like the reading the P&L and the numbers and the budget and stuff. I think it's like everyone can cook, we can all cook, but it's like learning those important steps to
and having a seat at the table in like finance committee meetings and where it's not just myself, it's Luke's there as well as a representative, because I think that's a whole other dynamic. How do you talk to people?
It's 100% true.
People who have actually a share in the club, and then you're telling them either no, or this is what we're going to do, and being that professional and that expert in what we do, and it's hard. It's a hard place to sit sometimes. So just the exposure.
So Luke, as the executive sous, you have someone above you, but you also have a whole team below you.
Right.
How do you walk that line where you're still supporting Chef Shawn, but you're still one of the people on the line? You're still able to dive in and help where it's needed.
So I think just building those relationships with Shawn and the rest of the cooks is extremely important, where you can trust them and trust the chef, and just being together as one. I think it's important, and that way you're supporting both like the whole team.
You're like the buffer.
Right. And just getting to know everybody and have that like personal connection with everyone, I think is extremely important.
How does your GM fit into this dynamic?
So we had a GM who'd been there for 18 years, and he just recently retired. So and he was a very older, style of manager. But we just had a new one, and he's actually my age. So it's he just came from Baltimore Country Club, so he gets it. And
do you know Chef Jallet from there? Oh, perfect.
So a lot of like Scott worked at BCC, Andrew worked at BCC. But I met Jallet, but I never talked to him before, really. And then we met, and it was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've known you forever. So then it's piecing that part with. It's Dylan Petrick is our GM. But he has a lot of great ideas. They're fun. We're at this transition point in the club where the membership age is dropping too. So they want that. They need that. There needs to be a different vision, I think. So now we have it, and I think it's a great. He talks with Luke as much as he talks with me. There's a good back and forth, and that's for me. It's him coming in is our job is to make him look as good as possible, to support him, to be that transition. But the GM has been great.
Luke, what's the best piece of advice that Shawn has ever given you?
I would say just about like managing and how to talk to a team. Like I remember he's like, you might not like what they're doing right now, but we're going to talk about it. Like it's not going to be right in the moment and get them flustered, but we're going to have a conversation about it. And it just helps to like manage those people, and like that advice. It's like, like I'm not going to say something right now, but we're going to have a conversation about it and talk about it, and we're going to fix this. Not that it has to be right in the moment So.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. For more interviews like this, check out our site, clubandresortchef.com.